G'day and welcome to another episode. My name is Daethstro, the Aussie Geek, and today we are looking at the power of the Prime's Rampage. Now, he has a minor issue that I honestly believe Hasbro could have fixed and they didn't. And that is his heads. Both his robot mode head and his tiger head have a massive disadvantage. And if you're looking at the screen now, I'm sure you can see that you cannot see his eyes. Even in the thumbnail, I couldn't position him so you could see his eyes. So I literally have to tilt him, and I will admit he's a whole lot of red. And you can just pick out his eyes. Now, he's not as red as it's appearing on my screen. It's probably both the light of the light in my room plus my camera doing it, but it is a darker red. But his eyes I can see his eyes if I angle it, but other than that, you can't. And also, again, there's not much for his gun holding on. So we're just going to put that aside for a moment. So we can do both the modes, but the problem is, rephrase it, we're going to discuss both the issues in both modes, but if you notice, his head is tilting, bring the camera up a little bit, his head's tilting forward. Now, I initially just thought after doing Dive Bomb that for the longest time, part of me thought they had ball joints in their heads. They don't. They have swivels. That's why Tantrum and Headstrong's heads don't go up and down or side to side, because they're on a solid plastic pivot. The only one who can actually look up properly is Dive Bomb, but he can't do side to side. Rampage can't even look up, and I'm basically forcing plastic at this point. I unscrewed, there's a screw in the back of his head, which you didn't see. There's a screw in the back of his head. I unscrewed that just to see what was going on, and I'm not going to do it again. But the swivel he's on literally is aiming down. So if I took that off, it was be aiming down now. The way to fix this, and haven't done it, and I'm not going to do it, but if you can see in here, what have we got? You might be screwdrivers. So if you see in here, right, so this is the head plate. So basically this pops up and that's where it lines up. This piece of plastic here, if it wasn't there and this could go up higher, you could actually get his head on a flat. And I looked up other videos regarding this, thinking maybe I've mistransformed it somehow. Maybe it's supposed to go further back. It doesn't. Literally, this piece of plastic here is what's actually hindering him from getting his head up high enough to look at you dead on. So yeah, if you really wanted to get this guy's head flat, you're gonna have to shave out this plastic here on both sides to get the plastic up. Then, because I'm pretty sure it's locking in here somewhere. But then you'll probably have a gap up here. So you'll have a big old gap under here because the tiger head is not going to get any further up, although it might. So I haven't modified it, but if you plan on modifying it, just beware, you may end up creating this massive gap up here if it doesn't work. So food for thought, just pointing it out, but yeah, if you're not comfortable with doing that, don't do it. I haven't done it because I tend to keep these guys in Predator King mode, so I don't have a need for it. All right, so we do have an arm. So he does all have a big old piece of backpack here. And I got a thought, and it proved me wrong. Because I thought, I wonder, that's the same backpack as what Dive Bomb's got. And I actually transformed Dive Bomb's backpack. And it lines up, but it won't slide up. So, I haven't got Dive Bomb near me. This piece here is basically empty. So you got a sort of a void here. That's where all this slides up into. If that was there, you could literally have a flying tiger. So just another thought I had while I was preparing for this video. Alright, so back to just him in general. So he does look good. He is very red and orange. But he does look good, except for that minor issue with his head. He does look good. If you want to, you can actually lift up the tiger head straight on. And I will laugh because that's the most elevated you can get him. And I will point that out in a minute. But you can get his head up there if you want, or you can have it flat. I won't lie, him and Razor Claw always give me sort of Voltron feels. I don't have a Voltron. I've always wanted a Voltron. I want a Titan class Voltron. But the closest I can get for that is like $1,500, and I'm not quite ready to throw that into a Voltron set. But that's neither here nor there. So he is pretty nice. He is pretty good, except for his head issues. His head issues is the same feeling I get with Mixmaster. That they could have fixed Mixmaster's forearms, they just chose not to, because Mixmaster's forearms are a little bit short. He's got big upper arms and little lower arms, which is because of the way it tabs into the side of the vehicle. He's got the opposite problem. His head just doesn't lift up high enough. And it could have been an easy fix. They just didn't do it. But that's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. So let's do a size comparison. Here he is with MP10. And as you can see, he basically comes up just under his cab windows. I think that's what you call them. So there we go. So let's do articulation, and then we can get him into his tiger mode. And I'm literally looking because I don't think I've grabbed his fist. Oh, I swore I grabbed it. Oh well, never mind. Alright, so head can do a full 360. If you try to force it up, it's not going to go anywhere. It does have a light down, but that's more just bounces back in place, can't go side to side. Arms can do a full 360. They can sort of come up on this hinge, and then you're basically hitting the head. He does have I want to say it's because of the ball joint, but depending if you position the arm right, you can get a sort of swing back and forwards. I think the actual arms are supposed to be lower, but actually I think that might actually be for tiger mode. But I like to have them sort of a little bit more elevated. So that's not the here. All right, so we do have technically double jointed elbow. It's a ball joint here, but there's a pin here. You have elbow rotation because it's the ball joint, not up here, so it's not bicep. Hand goes in and out. You can try to do whatever you want with that. Also, now that I'm thinking of it, you can do a Leo Kaiser. I think, sort of. If you bring... Oh, you can't get all the way. But I remember how Leo Kaiser had that lion version with the sort of Wolverine claws. I just thought I might have been able to get that way, but I can't quite get it far enough. So, worth a try. We do have a rotation. Waist rotation. We do not have an ab crunch. We have a soft ratcheted leg forward. We have a soft ratcheted back. We have out to the side. We have hip rotation. We have a soft ratcheted knee that gets you that far. We have a ankle that if you stretch out a bit, you can get pretty far. It's more for transformation though, but you can go the other way if you really want to. You can go out, but that's more from transformation as well. All right, so let's get him down into tiger mode. So first things first, what we're going to do is I'm going to pull this forward a bit, and it's going to free it from the back here, like so. Now, I might end up fiddling with this a bit because I do admit I have a trouble. Actually, you know what? I might just not all the way put in. I'm going to... And of course, I put it... Can I get in? Yep. So I'm just letting it sit in because that is a pain to get back out. Also, I keep forgetting to mention these, but they do have Titan ports. I just keep forgetting where all the other ones are, and I keep forgetting that he was part of the Titan system at the time. All right, so we want to fold the hands in. we want to, and I'm trying to remember how this works. I think this becomes the backpack, but I could have swore it becomes the belly. So we can fold this up. You're going to have this tab go into this port, like so. And you can bring that down. I think there's another tab. There's a port here, but I don't think I'm tabbing into anything. So we can bring the foot down like so. And voila. And then we can flip this one up. Tab that in. Actually, yes, it does become. It becomes the backpack, but not the belly. All right, so where is it? We're going to bring that out with a loud clang. I don't think, is it going the other way? Yeah, it goes the other way. So rotate it and then bring it in, and it's going to fill in this gap in the back. Just give it another push. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use this joint here to untab. So he technically has a back waist. All right, so then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this out and bring it in and find the tabbing point, which can be a little bit awkward. It's there. It's just a matter of feeling for it. Come on. So once it tabs in really. There it is. It tabs in real well once you get it in. It's just a matter of finding and getting the feel. There we go. All right, so we can tab those together. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring the feet out as far as it'll go. So you're basically using that extended so-called ankle. So that's going to go into this gap. Like so. I don't think there's any. Oh, yeah. There's a tab here that goes in here. Kinda. I think I got that one in there. And in there. Get his arm out of the way. There we go. So then we have these two tabs here, which are going to go up into this shallow gap here, if you can see it. There we go. So this one here. So it's going to fold up and tab in. And then what we can do is we can bring the feet out and down as far as it'll go. It sort of has a slight sort of click in place. Just augment the toes. We can straighten the arms out. And I'm literally looking for another tab because there's this one here, but I don't think that's actually a tabbing point. Perhaps not. Bring that down, and my shoulders on tab. They don't tab in really well, but it is what it is. So just sort of straighten things out the best you can. And we're almost done. We want to bring up the head a little bit, and we can take our gun and refocus properly. And you have this big old hole here. Just plug that in, and there is. Make a try of that tab all the way in. There is a Rampage in his tiger mode to the best of his ability. It's just a matter of situating his arms. So once again, if you look carefully, his head is pointing this away. To fix this would be a lot more harder. You literally have to have the head up to straighten this out. So if you really bought this guy just for his tiger mode, I'd actually suggest unscrewing the head, pulling the transformation joint up, and then pushing the head back. So if I can get this out, or if I get stuck in. Come on, I didn't put it all the way in because I wanted to do this. There we go. So I just partially transform this. And there you go. So you lose a good portion of his neck, but he's looking more on angle than what he was. So he's actually looking a lot more straighter. But because of the way the transformation is, and I'm being, once again, trying to be careful not to lower it too far, or I probably did it again, he's looking down. So yeah, the only way to correct that, like I said, is if you really want this for your tiger mode, just I don't even think, no, I don't even have a swivel for that. Basically, just unscrew the head, use the transformation joint, and lock that in place. So there we go. So do a size comparison, and we'll do an actual articulation comparison this time because I didn't do it for Dive Bomb. So yeah, roughly around the same size, give or take. So head can look down, can look up. He actually has a jaw too, which actually opens a lot. Not really anything in there, but you can open up nice and wide. So you can actually have him snarling. Front legs go full 360. You can use that joint to get it out to the side and completely screw with the focus again. There's no, you go in and out. There's no bicep swivel. You can bring the paw back and forwards. You can, the leg, paw can go back and forwards. Back legs, this doesn't move because we've got that tabbed in and there's not even a swivel or anything for that. I get the feeling I can get this leg up higher. No. Now, I'm going to snap that if I do that. But you do have back all the way in, all the way out, and the back foots go as they will. There's no in or out or anything like that. And your tail can't wiggle. So there's that. Right, let's get this guy back into robot mode, and then we can get into combine mode. So we're going to unplug his gun, and bang. So what we're going to do first is we're going to lift this up so that untabs all this. We're going to fold the legs all the way back in. We're going to split these. We can untab that and bring that back around like so. And same on the other side. Then we can unplug the leg, bring that around, and I'm pretty sure the tab that tabs into here actually tabs up into the thigh, into the knee somewhere. It doesn't lock in like it does into beast mode, but it does hold in for the most part. Then we're going to bring this up, and that's going to sort of tab that in. We can bring this up and rotate. So we have this, and I don't know why you're not. Yep, I got one of my soft ratchets going, not breaking, but just locked in place. So we're going to untab the arm, bring that around, and you have this tab here that's going to go into the back of the elbow, like so. Now you can fold it down like this. I just prefer to have it tucked up into the back of the bicep. And then, of course, we can bring the hand out, and that just sort of soft sits there. Same on the other side. Bring that in, line it up, tab it in, and untab that. Then, with some difficulty, you're supposed to grab here to lift the head up. If you can not, I just broke my nail doing that. You want to pull it up as far as you can, and then you want to, you can leave the tiger head like this if you want. If you don't want to do this next part, but you do end up with this big old gap, what you want to do is pull gently yet firmly on the head and push back till the top of the tiger's neck. I'll do that again. So basically, soft pull back, slide in, so it slides under, you do flex a little bit, and then you can bring the head down, and Rampage is back in his tiger mode, and I'm literally looking around. I swore I grabbed his hand. Where the hell did I put it? All right, here we go, got it. All right, so let's get this guy into his combine mode. So it's very simple. Basically, we're taking him back into tiger mode for the most part. Once again, if you wanted this a lot more flatter for your combine mode, unscrew the head. You're still going to have the piece there that's supposed to sit on, but that's neither here nor there. So what we're going to do is fold in those hands. We're going to bring this out and push that in. And this time I'm not too worried, but it is, ouch, lucky. we're going to, yep, there's these tabs here that will actually go into those holes. So just bring it up a bit and tab in on both sides, like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to rotate his waist this way. There's no need to use the ab crunch piece like it did in Dive Bomb because it doesn't use it. You're going to bring those legs up and click those into place, like so. Voila. You're then going to bring these out and fold them up because they're going to get in the way otherwise. Oh, hang on. No, we're not. We're actually going to use them. I forgot about that. We actually use his feet. My apologies. So separate those a bit. We have our hand. Once again, if you want to see the upgrade kit stuff, I'll put a link. But we're going to use this tab here, which is basically the little ones. And just push that in there. Bring these in. Tap it together. And my shoulder is the wrong way around. So I'm going to rotate the other way because he's my left hand, left arm, whatever you want to call it. And there is Rampage in his combine mode. Now, I do like to lift up the tiger head just to give it a bit more of a oomph. But as I said, if I wanted it all the way up like I have Dive Bombs, I'm going to have to take his head away and then use that transformation joint. Or even if you take the head away, you're going to have all this gap and you can just push that in, except you're just going to have a big old gap here. So there we go. I really need to start getting something that, well, I've only got one more piece to go, but I'm going to use that to stand it up. There we go. At least it's not mostly falling over. So there we go. So as for size comparison, and I need to dust my Optimus. He's getting a bit dusty. There he basically is in his combined mode. Size comparison. Bring it over a little bit more. So, you know, even bent at the waist, he is almost taller than Optimus. So even if I stretch those fingers out. So also I need to fiddle with this because I've got the hand the wrong way around, kinda. But actually it's probably, yeah. That's neither here nor there. That's just me screwing up how I've attached it. Also issues with fingers and stuff. But there we go. So we'll put you back there because that kind of worked so well. And now that I've moved it, he's going to just keep falling down. Stay. I had you perfect. I should have left you alone. There. Drink. So, there we go. So, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. I promise you it will not hurt my feelings. Subscribe, ring that bell, leave me a comment. But apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.